Hello, my friends, and welcome to The Dose. My name is Brian. Today, it's a great day. It's a fun day. I got a lot accomplished. I had the games going on in the background. You know, it was the AFC playoff and the NFC playoff to see who's going to go to the Super Bowl today. And I don't have a dog in the hunt anymore. My team fell out before the playoffs, but you know, it's still kind of neat to watch these teams progress towards the Super Bowl. And for me, it's neat to watch how the players react once the game is over. And, you know, one of the factors it seems like in these teams, these championship teams that make it to the top, is they have leaders on the team. You know, they have a defensive leader, they have an offensive leader. A lot of times the quarterback is their offensive leader. And I was watching this young rookie tonight for the Seattle Seahawks take his accolades at the end of the game. And they said to Russell Wilson, you're not supposed to go to the Super Bowl in your second year, right? And he just kind of chuckled and he said, I feel very fortunate, very blessed. First thing I want to do is thank God for allowing me to be here, and it just feels really good. And then they said, you were picked in the sixth round of the draft. You were picked 53 picks later than this other no-name quarterback who's not even playing now. Does that give you a sense of not revenge, but does that give you a sense of accomplishment, or do you feel like you've been, you got some retribution there? And he said, these guys make it look easy. I mean, the defense played incredible, and the receivers were on, and they got wide open, and it just made it real easy for me to lob it up there to them. And, as a total team effort, these guys played really hard. And then he turned around and gave so much credit to the other team. They put up a great fight tonight. They made it really, they played hard, and it made us step up and play our best game. And, he gave credit to everybody else around him and just refused to accept the credit that they were trying to pour onto him. Now, he didn't do it in a way like, no, don't say that about me. No. He just deflected it onto everybody else. They say, how does it feel to be the NFC champs? He's like, well, this whole team, pitched in tonight, and it just made it happen, and I just feel really lucky to be here and to be surrounded by such remarkable talent. I mean, to give all this credit to everyone else, here's what that is indicative of to me. That quarterback has a lot of influence on his team. Peyton Manning, who also won today, had a very, very similar reaction when they started giving him all the credit for where the Denver Broncos wound up today. And yet Peyton Manning has all that influence on his team. Do you think it's a coincidence that the individuals that have the most influence on their teams seem to give credit to everyone else but themselves? In other words, they show their appreciation and gratitude for and give credit to and praise others as often as humanly possible. At every given opportunity, they give the credit to whomever they can, and they recognize everyone around them for who they are and what they've contributed to the overall effort. And as a result, these teams allow themselves to be influenced by those leaders. I find it also interesting that it's not coincidence that the teams that have the leaders with the most influence tend to be the most successful and make it to the big show. So what does that mean for you and I? It means if we want to have greater levels of influence with people, then we need to be the kind of folks that recognize others for who they are and what they bring to the table, giving them credit at every available opportunity, recognizing people for whatever contribution they make, and being very swift to point out in public the right and good and contributing things that people are doing around us. To take credit that others may want to push onto us and share it with those that help us to achieve our dreams and our goals in our lives. If we can do this, we will increase the amount of influence that we have with our teams, our organizations, our coworkers, our bosses, our subordinates, whomever. We're going to increase our levels of influence. And when we increase our levels of influence, just like an NFL football team, as a leader, in order to effectively lead people, you must have influence with them. And if you increase your level of influence, not only will you be able to get more done and lift others up more and help others achieve more of their goals, but as a whole, your organization will have greater levels of success because you have a team that believes in you, puts their trust in you, that you give the credit to, that you give the recognition to, and that feel good about themselves while at the same time feeling good about you. And that synergy is what is going to elevate your organization to new levels. Recognize everyone as often as you can. And that's the dose. Guys, hey, Go out there and make it a great week.